Hello and welcome to the TigrePup channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I do my drag brows in two ways. If this topic interests you, then please keep watching. Okay, so right here I'm just showing you a video of a viewer request about me doing how I do my drag makeup and what have you. Actually, they specifically said contouring, but I'm gonna do the whole everything that I know so far. So just showing you right here what that's all about. So let's get into it. Okay, to start this off, I'd like to explain my type of drag that I'm doing in these videos and what have you. And it's best summarized by Jasmine G-string in this video here, how to get boobs, how to contour, create cleavage for drag queens, male to female, trans, etc. Okay, I'm going to say it in quotations. I ain't no natural woman. I'm a superwoman, not a Wonder Woman, superwoman. Superwoman with a... Okay, so in my interpretation, because I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, I think this basically explains the kind of drag that I do. I try to give you the illusion of the female, not overly exaggerated, but extra. If that makes any sense, hopefully it does. If not, then just discard this information here. But that's essentially what I'm doing. So you won't see my drag with a beard or overly drawn eyebrows that go way past where eyebrows would normally be. That's not the kind of drag I'm interested in currently. So that's what you're going to see me giving when I do my drag. Okay, so essentially that's what my drag is comprised of at this moment. Okay, so hopefully that clarifies what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so I would also like to mention, as we can see here, Tamara Mascara, drag essential step, every step of a drag makeup. Essentially, this particular playlist is the basis of all of my looks that I create, and it's like inspiration and what have you. And if you ever get a chance, I would suggest checking it out. I'll try to leave a link in the description section down below. Let's see if I can explain this. It's marrying everything together to create a complete and whole look. It's not just tossing on a wig and doing your makeup and everything is just mismatched and jumbled look. It is a complete look, and that's essentially what I strive for when I do my drag. Okay, so I felt that that is important to mention so that you can get an idea of where I'm coming from and ultimately what my final looks or final result will come to. I felt that was important. I'm just going to toss that in there. So let's begin. Okay, right here I'm just showing you two videos I did, as we can see here, 2 years ago. One with the glue stick, and one with the Pros Aid. I preferred the glue stick, so that's what this video is going to include. Also, I'll leave a link to these videos in the description section if you wanted to check those out for yourself. But this video is going to be in me using the glue stick only. Okay, so right here I'm just showing you I'm using the Elmer's glue stick with the purple in it and everything. So right here I'm going to do my first layer, excuse me. On your left hand side, I'm going to completely take out my brow. I do that sometimes when honestly I don't do it very often, but sometimes I do use it. I feel like it looks kind of weird, but For the most part, whenever I do my videos, I typically do like I do on the right hand side, which is I partially take out my brow. This is a new brow stick that I recently purchased. It's a little bit more moist, which means it's going to take longer to dry, essentially. Typically like my glue sticks to be pretty dry, aged, you know what I'm saying? But that's okay. I can still work with it. I'm just removing the excess right here. I'm just going to show you a close-up what we got going on so far. And I'm going to let that dry. Usually it turns to like a clear look to let you know that it's been dry, whatever. And if it doesn't, you can always touch it and see if it's tacky, whatever. As you can see, it's not as purple anymore. And I'm going in with my second layer. Again, on the left-hand side, I'm completely taking out my entire brow. And on the right, which is what I typically use, I'm only doing my tail because I feel like my eyebrows are pretty close. It doesn't give me very much room to do my eyeshadow and whatnot, and it looks a little masculine to me. Here I'm going in with my third layer. This particular wig, I'm just trying different styles to see what I was interested in doing for my final look, because in this particular shot, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow review. So yeah, that is the basis of this particular video. But I decided to include my brow blocking techniques and what have you. Okay. So going in, I believe this is my third or fourth, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, but yeah, basically I just need to make sure that my brows lay pretty flat, so when I apply my eyeshadow, it's not in, with hair in the way. This wig is giving me a lot of trouble. Eventually I'm going to change it out, but yeah, I'm just giving you an idea of what we're looking like after I've applied all my layers. Okay, so up next I'm going to be going in with my powder to set my brows. As you can see, I'm using the neutral set. Try to slow it down a little bit because it was going a little bit too fast. But right here, I like to tap the powder into my brows. This is the way I do it, and rub off the excess. So yeah, just showing you what's going on. Okay, for some reason it's slowing down on a portion I don't want it to slow down on, but anyway, I'm not about to redo it because that means I have to voice everything over again. But anyway, we're moving on to concealer. This is where I shape my overall look. Going with a concealer that's about, not too light for my complexion. I wouldn't use white here, just for the under brow. You're gonna see me make a mistake here. I didn't exactly make sure that they were even on both sides. One's going to be a little bit more straighter and one's going to be a little bit more curved. I prefer the curved look. I feel like it's a little bit more feminine in my opinion. But before I draw my brows on, I like to do this. I learned this on YouTube to kind of give a preview of what you can expect when you go to apply your brows, which I use a gel liner in Black is Black or in Espresso. I typically like to use Espresso in the front of my brow and Black is Black in the back. Yeah, so just showing you Maybelline. I love Maybelline. Just my favorite. But yeah, now I'm going to start trying to trace out my brows. Giving you a bit of a view here starting at the bottom, and then I'm going to do the top and shade it in. As we can see here, yeah, this is the one that's going to come out a little bit more straighter. I don't know why I didn't recognize that when I was making this video, but as you can see here, one slightly goes down, and for some reason I didn't check that, but we're going to still make this video. Okay, so yeah, you can make it go straight, but I usually like to start with the front of my own brows as a guideline because, like I said, I'm trying to do a natural look. Well, natural-esque look. Okay, when it gets to the point where it's like when my brow starts to turn down, I actually go over that look in order to over that section to add a little bit more room for my eyeshadow. That's what I do. Like I said, I'm trying to give you extra superwoman, you know. So I don't want to go and do elevated brows. I want to do natural, but not quite. Just a little bit of extra, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's why I do my brows in this way, okay? So I'm just shading that in, and we're gonna get a close-up pretty soon of what that's looking like. If you can see on the right hand side where I did the half brow, it's looking a little dark, and I'm gonna try to correct that, but yeah, I wasn't too happy with that. And I'm trying to match both of the sides so that they look pretty similar in shading and what have you. But yeah, I've never had to do two different brows at the same time. Typically I just have to do one. I pick one. Generally the half brow, I like those better. Yeah, so just working that that gel eyeliner in. Going to give you a close-up really quick, and we're going to move on to the next section, which is my brush. Trying to soften the look of the partial brow. It wasn't really working, but right here, just doing a cleanup to make sure it's nice and sharp underneath my brows. And I'm going to do that on the other side. And bring that concealer a little bit down, but not too much, going over the bridge of my nose. And I use my face foundation to do the top portion of my brows because I wanted to blend in with my brows. I don't want halo brows, okay? So that's what you see me doing here. Just tracing it as best as I can and trying to, I'm not sure how I missed that, but make sure that they're even. Both of the brows are even on both sides. But yeah, working that color through and going in between my brows. And I'm even going to go in between where my eyes are right here. And that's because my eyes are very close set. And that's just the way I do it, okay? So just give me a close-up, having you take a look at what's going on, and we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so right here I'm going in with Ace Beauté. That's the eyeshadow that I'm going to be using. I actually purchased their eyeshadow base. And I'm going to use that in conjunction with the concealer, okay? As you can see at the very top, to make this a little bit more believable, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to just apply that to my eyelid where I'm going to have most of the eyeshadow. Just working that through and trying to blend it in with the concealer so it has good looks. Just a reminder, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks. If you find my videos helpful or beneficial and you would like to make a contribution to my channel, please contribute to my Cash App. The link is in the description section below. Thank you. Okay, so now moving on, as we can see here, I did one eye with the primer and my concealer. So just showing you the contrast. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the other side. I'm going to do the very same thing. I do have my foundation shade in the middle. I have the concealer underneath my brow, and I have the base primer, eyeshadow base primer on my lid and a little bit above because my eyes are closed, not close set. They have the skin over it and it hides my lid. Okay, so I have to go a little bit higher with the eyeshadow base so that when I start doing my transitions and my actual lid color, you can actually see it. Okay, so that's what you see going on here. Okay, so now I'm going to use my translucent set and set everything from the brows. Above the brows where I have my foundation, my lid, the concealer underneath my lid, you know, everything. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, so just continue watching. Okay, so here's what my eyes are looking like after everything has been completed. I'm going to do my eyeshadow off camera, and I'll be back to add more stuff to this. Okay, so I've completed most of my makeup, everything, what have you. Right here, I use my sponge when I use the concealer in between my my eyes. I have to reapply the gel liner to my brows. It didn't do anything on the side where I have my half brow, as you can see here. So I have to redo the other side. So just retracing everything as best as I can. And I'll just go back over with the concealer and foundation. Concealer at the bottom or foundation at the top in order to sharpen and make sure everything is on point, okay? That's what you're going to be seeing me do here. And if I feel like adding a little bit more to this commentary, I will. But yeah, right here, just using my gel liner. Yeah. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side to kind of like sharpen it up because it looked kind of dull. I mean, I don't want my eyebrows, you know, that apparent. But, you know, I want you to see. I took effort and time in order to do this. And I want you to see everything, okay? So that's what you see me doing here. Okay, so right here, just giving you a close-up, and honestly, looking back at this, I don't like the side with the partial brow. It's a little too dark in my opinion, but anyway, I'm going to drag this over to try to soften the in-between of my brows so that it creates an ombre effect. And this time I won't use my sponge. I'm going to try something a little different. Typically, I would use my sponge. It was never an issue, but today it's an issue, okay? So I'm going back over the tops of my brows with my foundation color to sharpen that back up again, okay? Doing the same thing on both sides. So yeah, it does take a little bit of work. Just showing you the contrast right here. Not too happy about the different type of brows, one straight, one curved, but we're still gonna make this work, okay? Up next, I'm going in with the gel, eyebrow gel. Got this from e.l.f. Honestly, I think I could have done better with hair gel, but yeah, I thought I'd give it a try. I wasn't too happy with it. It didn't set my brows, basically, is what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, so just give you a close-up, taking a look and see what that's looking like. And up next, I'm going in with my foundation concealer to try to eliminate the unibrow, and trying to make it look as best as I can with my level of makeup skill or what have you. I believe one brow is a little thicker than the other for some reason. That's the way it grows. But yeah, just giving you a close-up, having to take a look and see what that's all about. Right now, I'm just going to set everything with that same translucent setting powder from Ben Nye. I had that for like a really long time. And yeah, it doesn't add any tones or anything. So I'm going above the brow and setting that as best as I can. And I didn't like the wet look of that gel. That's why I did the inner portion of that brow on the right hand side. I did the half brow, and that's actually my natural brow hair on the right hand side. So just giving you a look and see what that's looking like. Okay, so right here I'm going to be applying my wig. I'm just applying foundation to the back of my hand. I'm going to apply it to the lace of the wig. And we're going to get the wig on and get this started. If you are in the market for a quality 5x5 closure wig, then please check out my webpage at tpupbeauty.com. I have various styles to suit various tastes, and I do quality. The hair is quality, the haircut is quality, color and everything. Here is an example here of a wig I just completed in this video. If you were interested in making a purchase, then please go to my website at tpupbeauty.com. Again, that is tpupbeauty.com. Thanks for watching.
Tigre got the wigs, you gotta come through. Tigre's what you need to be a brand new you. Tigre wigs. TigrePup Beauty.
Okay, so that completes my video. Hopefully you learned something in the process if you wanted to, or at the very least learned how I do my drag brows. And maybe you can use some of these tips for yourself. But again, I have a number of links in the description section down below for your research purposes. If you wanted to use those, please do. But thank you for watching, taking the time to watch my video, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.